I had a dream that I couldn't shake off. It wasn't terrifying in the usual way. There were no monsters, no chases, no loud screams. But something about it stayed with me, like a soft knock that wouldn't stop echoing inside my chest. In the dream, I was in an old kitchen. The light above flickered. The walls were yellow with time. I felt alone, but not quite alone. There was a sound, subtle, almost like paper crinkling, and then I saw them cockroaches crawling out from under the refrigerator, slipping through cracks in the tiles, climbing the counters, silent, slow, purposeful. One of them stopped right in front of me and raised its antenna as if it was aware of me. Watching me, I woke up shivering. My heart was pounding and my hands were clammy with sweat. I sat there in the dark for a long time, trying to shake the feeling, but it lingered, that strange knowing that the dream meant something, that it wasn't random, that it was a sign. At first, I brushed it off. I told myself it was just a bad dream. But that very week, I began seeing cockroaches in real life, and only in one place, my bedroom. One night it was near the corner. The next night it was under the bed. Always one. Never many. Always staring. That's when I stopped dismissing it, because in many spiritual traditions, cockroaches are far more than just pests. They are symbols, messages from the unconscious, from the energetic world, from the shadow self. Cockroaches live in places we avoid, in the dark, in the forgotten, in the things we pretend aren't there. So when they show up, especially in dreams, they're not just reflecting external disgust. They're pointing to something inside you, and I started asking myself, what is festering in me? What am I pretending not to see? What fear, what memory, what unprocessed emotion is crawling beneath the surface of my life? Because the truth is, cockroaches don't show up in dreams by accident. They appear when your spirit is preparing you for something hard, something uncomfortable, something transformative. And like the insect itself, it's usually something you'd rather not face, but avoidance doesn't make it disappear. It only allows it to multiply. So if you've dreamed of cockroaches, the message may be this: you're standing on the edge of something difficult, but necessary. Something in you knows it's time to clean what you've hidden, to enter the room you've kept locked for years, to face what's been crawling behind your emotional walls. And maybe the only question that matters is this: are you ready to open that door? Now, I'll share what happened when I finally stopped ignoring the signs, and how a single cockroach led me to uncover a childhood memory I had buried so deep I didn't even know it was mine. Keep listening, because the dream is just the beginning. I didn't expect what came next. After the dreams and sightings, I began to feel heavy, not just emotionally, but physically, as if something was sitting on my chest, whispering without words. I started waking up in the middle of the night, not out of fear, but out of unease, like I had forgotten something important, like my soul was nudging me to remember. And then one night I did. It hit me like a wave. I was 6 years old. I was hiding in a closet, knees pulled to my chest, crying without sound. I had just seen my parents fighting. Again, I felt invisible, unwanted, terrified. I remembered staring at a crack in the closet door and watching a cockroach crawl across the floor. That was the moment I first associated cockroaches with fear, with silence, with being unseen. I had buried that memory for decades. And yet, here it was returning through dreams and symbols, refusing to stay hidden. You see, the spiritual meaning of the cockroach goes deeper than resilience. It's a messenger of the suppressed. It carries the weight of your inner child's fears, of your generational wounds, of everything you couldn't face when it first happened. To dream of a cockroach is to be handed a key, the key to a room inside you that you've boarded shut. And when that door opens, don't expect light and beauty at first. Expect dust, silence, echoes, but also healing. Because when I finally faced that memory, when I allowed myself to feel it, not just think about it, but actually feel the tightness in my chest, the tears, the loneliness, something shifted. It was like I had touched a wound that had been aching for attention. The cockroaches disappeared. The dreams stopped. The real ones never came back. It was as if they had done their job. as if they were only there to guide me to that moment of release, to remind me of what needed to be felt so it could be finally let go. And maybe that's what's happening to you. Maybe your soul is sending cockroaches not to scare you, but to push you, to invite you, to warn you that something difficult is coming, but it's not here to destroy you. It's here to transform you, and just like the cockroach survives anything, light, pressure, poison, you too are more durable than you believe, but transformation requires truth. And truth requires you to look at what you've avoided, even if it crawls, even if it disgusts you. Especially then, next we'll explore why some cockroach dreams aren't just personal, they're ancestral, passed down through generations. Carriers of emotional residue that wasn't yours to begin with, but became your responsibility to heal. You'll want to hear this. By this point, I thought I had understood the message. But I was wrong. The dream wasn't just about my trauma. It wasn't only about my childhood. It was about the people who came before me. Not long after my emotional breakthrough, I began having a different kind of dream. One I didn't recognize, one that didn't feel like mine. In it, I was in an old rural house, the furniture dated, the air thick with stillness. And there was a woman, someone I'd never seen before, sweeping the floor obsessively. She was crying, cockroaches swarmed at her feet. And then I woke up, with tears in my eyes. That was when I understood something ancient and sacred. We carry more than just our own pain. We carry stories, grief, shame, and silence that belong to our ancestors. And when they couldn't heal it, express it, or release it, it passed into our blood, our dreams, our energy. This is what spiritual traditions call ancestral inheritance, not in money or land, but in memory, in emotional patterns, in trauma, loops, and sometimes in the form of dreams with cockroaches. Why cockroaches? Because they are survivors. Just like the generations before you, they adapt, they endure. They go unnoticed until the silence becomes unbearable. Just like unresolved pain. When you dream of them, it may be because you were chosen, not as a punishment, but as a healer. You are the one meant to break the cycle, to cleanse the lineage, to say, this ends with me. You may not have asked for that role, but your soul knew you could carry it, and your dreams are just the beginning. So don't ignore the signs. Don't fear the symbols. And never assume a dream is meaningless, especially one that disturbs you. The deeper the discomfort, the louder the truth behind it. And the cockroach? It's not just a pest, it's a guide, a totem, a whisperer from the dark saying you are about to go through something difficult. But it will set you free. Please hit the bell if this message spoke to your soul. Share it with someone who may need to hear it too. And subscribe for more sacred symbolism, soul-level truth, and mystical reflections. Because in a world full of noise, it's the silent signs that hold the most power.